Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. Hey guys, today is Monday, Moon Day, January 22nd, and the energies in the day adds up and reduce the number for vibration. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. So when it comes to the spirit animal, we have the elephant. And when it comes to the elephant as a spirit animal, the elephant is bringing me to stability. The elephant is bringing me to standing our ground, but not standing our ground in, say, a defensive way. The elephant is bringing me to, like, I guess being rooted. The elephant is bringing me to foundation, stability, security. Those are all the things that the elephant is bringing me to. When I look at the elephant energy also, it's bringing me to the thought of like sacrifice, dedication, routine, and sometimes boring repetitiveness that's necessary in order to create certain things. And when it comes to, say, today, today's a day that will test our foundation. Test our foundation in the sense that wherever your foundation is weak, you'll find yourself irritated, annoyed, even frustrated. The moon is the ruler of today, and finally, the moon is positively aspecting Saturn and Pisces. So finally, I get the feeling like our inner world is seeing reasoning. Our inner world is seeing reasoning in the sense that I shared a story yesterday about an experience that I had because I was really delusional and feeling like certain things would never happen to me. And when I look at, say, the energies in today and the moon positively aspecting Saturn and Pisces, it brings me to the thought of, someone finally seeing reason and having an organized, structured way of making things happen, an organized, structured way of securing the foundation. And I look at the moon, and the moon is a part of a T square. So even though our inner world is finally seeing reason, we're finally seeing why everything is necessary. And even when we don't understand certain things, can't relate to certain things, everything has its place. The moon being a part of a T square, though, Neptune and Pisces squaring the moon and Gemini shows that even though we're seeing reasoning and deciding possibly to come up with a practical, organized, orderly way of making certain things happen, we're still avoiding the time and silence or going within to get additional guidance. So I think of like us, trying to practically make sense out of things, but that's not enough. Like our intuition is what's being ignored today as we have a hard time being still and going within the silence of ourselves to understand things on a deeper level. The moon in Gemini being a part of the T square is opposing Venus in Sagittarius. So the opposition between the moon and Venus in Sag brings me to the inner world being so comfortable when it comes to the things that are familiar, when it comes to the things that feel safe, because we're so used to those things. We don't allow ourselves to explore and gain more information other than what we're used to within our small circles. And I feel like because of that, we have a limited view. When it comes to the tarot, we have the Six of Pentacles in the reversal position. In the upright position, the Six of Pentacles shows someone in the position to help, shows someone in the position to support the community. When I think of the number 6 energy, and now even looking at this, with the number 6 energy on its own, I always think about, or I'll always say, people showing associated with the number 6 are people who gave out stimulus before stimulus was a thing, meaning those are the people who would loan and help the people in their lives in whatever way that they can. In the reversal position, this brings me to someone giving from a cup that's half empty. In the reversal position, it brings me to Pisces. I always laugh with you, Pisces, as some of you guys reflect on situations where you done loan out your mortgage or your rent to someone else, only for them to not get it back to you where you needed it. And I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing with you, as you now realize that you have to give from a cup that is overflowing. And I could relate, not to doing that exactly, but I could relate to, giving from a cup that's half empty. It doesn't have to be money. It could even be us being tired. We're exhausted. We don't have the energy to give. But at the same time, we ignore how it is that we're feeling and push forward anyways. I think of me being in the salon and I'm exhausted, and someone comes in with a sob story and an interview to go to or work to go to the next day or whatever, and I'm gonna take them because I guess I feel invested in the outcome when it comes to, they're warriors and they have these battles to go fight in the world, and I feel like I'm a part of their battle and I feel invested. So even though my body is saying, I'm tired, let's go home, I'll ignore it and, keep pushing. And when it comes to today's energy, that's what I'm getting. And I feel like that's so fitting of the Master Builder number 22. And that energy is amplified today. And today is also Monday, Moon Day. Mondays are very sensitive days. Mondays are days that should be dedicated to self-care. Mondays are days that should be used for nurturing. Like I say, Mondays are when I water my plants. Mondays are days that I might sit down and really journal. Mondays are days that I'll make sure everything is cleaned and organized, and I'll burn incense and burn candles and affirm, meditate. Like, it's a self-care day. And I know everybody don't have Mondays off and people have things, people's lives keep going. But there's always time to squeeze in some kind of ritual into your busy schedule so you feel seen. Whether it's your bath time, and on a Monday, maybe you have a special soap that you use. And as you're getting ready for work, you have a special soap that you use and it really brings you in the moment. And as you're showering and you're scrubbing every surface of your body, you're very present. As you're scrubbing every surface, you're present and you're thankful for every limb, for your skin, for every single makeup of you. You're present and you're grateful for it. Maybe on a Monday, you might drive to work and listen to a certain kind of music or no sound. Maybe on your lunch break, you might go alone on a Monday. And after you eat, you might turn on your smartphone and record yourself venting and expressing yourself, whether you're expressing gratitude or you're releasing something that, overwhelms you, or just expressing what's on your mind. Because for me, Mondays are great days to journal. Monday is ruled by the moon. Our inner world is like certain things can be exposed when we sit down and give ourselves time to share. Because a lot of the times we'll sit down and we're expecting things to happen quickly, where no, sit down, pull out your journal and just start writing about the small things. And then eventually you'll see more and more and more starts to pour out. But first you have to create a space for that to happen. And I find when it comes to journaling or recording as a form of journaling, we'll find that that's when we're able to really pour pour out and let out what needs to be released. Because when we're sharing with friends, family, or whoever, we're not always brutally honest, because we have to keep in mind that we don't want them to see us in a wrong way, or we don't want to offend. And a lot of the times when we bring things to people, we don't realize that we're looking for them to agree with us and validate us. So we're going to fix things and tell the story in a way to get just that response. And when we realize that, then when we do share with people, we share in a way to get other opinions and perspectives to make ourselves stronger. Because like, say I'm sharing something with someone in my life, like I want them to, it's almost like I'm preparing for war, and I want them to help me to see what I don't see in order to strengthen my chance of winning. So when I bring it to them, I'm not bringing something to them for them to agree with me, because if they agree with me, then I'm weak, because I already have my point of view that's probably limited. And now I just, what do you call it? Contaminate their point of view. So now their point of view matches mine, and it's weak. Where if I have my point of view, and I have certain Capricorn people in my life that I love, Capricorn and Sag. I love Capricorn, Sag, and Aquarius. If I have an idea that I think is a great ass idea, I'll run it by them, because I know the Aquarius is going to rebel and reject it no matter what, but they got to tell me why. So it's like, it turns into a situation where it's almost like, yeah, it's like if there's any holes in it, I feel like they'll help me to see it, because they're going to oppose it. But you got to tell me why you're opposing it. You know, we go back and forth, and it only makes me stronger. So I feel like when we're aware of our need for validation and permission, when we do go for advice, we truly go for advice and not go for permission. So when it comes to today, pay attention to yourself. And if you find yourself giving from a cup that's half empty, because with the Master Builder number 22, like the day Monday, Moon Day, the number 22 is emotional driven. The number 22 is caring. The number 2 energy is unifying. And when I think of the number 22 energy, sometimes, that energy might live vicariously through its connections, or sometimes that energy has a hard time putting itself first, and instead is a workaholic, but at the same time equally takes care of home and family at the same time. And I guess the only person that's left out is self. So when it comes to a day like today, we'll see where our foundation is weak. We'll see where we're giving or exerting too much energy from an account that's in negative. So when it comes to, a day like today, like I was mentioning in the last 2 videos that I share, or the last video that I share, I had to learn to say no from something traumatic happening. And I guess for some of us, we need certain things to happen in our lives so that we can learn to put ourselves first. I share my experience, I think the New Year's Eve video, or one of them, how to prepare for 2024, or the one after that, I shared about my experience in LA and me getting ill and my hormones, my adrenals being fatigued and whatnot. And that was a situation that helped me to see how dealing with other people's stress and what's going on with them was taxing on my health. So that situation had to happen to me for me to put myself first in that way. And it sucks, for those of us recovering people pleasers. It's like we have to go through big things for us to learn that we need to take care of ourselves first. And I feel like a day like today is bringing up a lot around taking care of ourselves, and just, the importance of securing the foundation so you can build. And for me, securing my foundation was taking care of my health and putting myself first and giving from a cup that's overflowing opposed to one that is, half full. Because if you're the one who takes care of everyone in your life and you're the go-to person for everyone, if you were to fall, who would take your place? Who would you go to? Who would be the go-to person for you? Who would be the one that takes care of you? If you have that person, you're a super blessed person. Such a pleasure sharing this message with you. If you'd like to book a natal chart awareness coaching session with me, or check out my exclusive contents available only on Patreon, the links for that is in the description box below. Before you go anywhere, please let me know you're here with me by dropping me a green heart in the comment box below. I would love to hear from you and look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.